Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Pixelgaard. So, I'm actually not starting the episode proper right this second. But I did find something I wanted to bring you guys in for it. I've actually been out wandering around, basically just leveling up Pokemon. You can see our Skorupi is 32, our Gligar is 40, and then I also got an Aeron. So yay. And I can't remember if you guys saw the Gligar. I came upon this in the swamp, so I just snagged it. Because Gliscor is amazing. Gliscor is one of the ones I tend to put in my comp teams. I quite like Gliscor. And then we also have Empoleon now. I've been getting our Pokemon leveled up to around 41-ish. Houndoom did hit 42. Basically just fighting a trainer that my Lobies couldn't handle. But I'm trying to get them all kind of balanced out, so fighting bosses will be a bit easier. But anyways, over here I came upon a master chest. Dun dun dun. And this is basically where a lot of the good loot can come from. So let's go ahead, and we got a TM43 flame charge. Not bad. Not bad at all. I will definitely take it. But anyways, I am just exploring around. We're going to be decorating this episode, so we'll get back into that. But right now I'm just kind of exploring around. So I'll bring you guys back if I find something interesting or once we're ready to do some decorating. Okay, so we are back over at the base. A couple small things. Really just one particular small thing. I did decide on a couple limiting factors that I'm going to use for... I don't know why I use that. Bellsprout's part poison. Well... I did decide on a couple limiting factors for myself that I'm going to use in relation to mystical agriculture. So I just want to quickly go over those. Of course, mystical agriculture is in the pack. And I think I've mentioned before, I'm not going to use that for resources because I actually like mining, and we're going to have a proper mine in this pack with, that we actually use and never stop using it, That's one nice thing about this pack is we don't have to move into void ore miners and all that. There's none of that. There is mystical agriculture. We're not going to be using that for resources, for like metals. And that includes any alloys and stuff. We're not going to use it for that. Also, I decided that I'm not going to make any Inferium crops whatsoever. So anything that we want to use that takes Inferium, that means like Supremium Furnace, stuff like that, we're actually going to have to work it up the harder way. And that is getting Inferium Essence, which I've actually got quite a bit. I was mining, between episodes, and I've got about a stack and a half. We can get it from mining, and we can get it from defeating Pokemon. So it's still not going to be super difficult, but we're not going to just do the normal Inferium crop grind. Also, I'm not going to use any watering cans or anything like that to boost crop growth. So Mystical Fertilizer is disabled in this pack, but I'm not going to use any watering cans either. So whatever we create with that, we'll need to make farms that befit that. So like right now I have wood essence. This isn't going to be a forever fix for getting wood. We're actually going to build like a wood nursery, but we do have that for just wood that we don't have at the moment, and then later on we'll make the saplings with a little bit of nature essence. So, but anyways, today what we are going to be doing is we are going to be decorating out this place, working on the lighting and stuff, and just kind of making it feel a little bit more lively here. Maybe set up an NPC here, and then we'll probably call it a day after that, I think. By the time we get done with that, and then next episode we're going to be moving into the first major step for our creation of a gym, which is Pokemon breeding. So super exciting stuff. So we'll start getting into that in the next episode. But anyways, this episode we are going to start with decorating. And I think first and foremost, we are going to be working on some lighting stuff around the base. And we're actually going to be using some Chinese workshop for a lot of this because they have the white lanterns, the red lanterns, stone tower lamps, candles. These we're actually going to be using in the berry fields a bit. I'm not sure how much decorating we're going to do in the berry fields this episode. We might do a little bit so I can show you the stone tower lamps. But most of our focus is going to be on this. The berry fields are somewhat of a little side project. I'm going to have side projects Just things that I work on while because I always like to work on something building related. Usually whenever I am editing footage. Now on this pack I can level up Pokemon, which I've been doing a bit of that, but in those times whenever I'm not leveling up, right now I haven't been really super serious about leveling up because none of these Pokemon I'm going to be using for my personal team or my gym team. So, I mean, some of these types I will, like Skorupi, we will have one of those in our gym team. Gligar, I'm probably going to use one of those on my personal team. But neither of these, this one actually has the ability that I want for the Skorupi. But, you know, it's not, if we take a look at its summary on its stats, it's plus special attack, minus special defense. I don't use special attack with Skorupi. Skorupi's more of a physical attacker. So, the nature's bad. And I want to say the Skorupi I planned out has egg moves, but I can't remember for sure. So, also Aeron, we'll probably use one of those, maybe in an official, in our personal team, maybe, because Aeron's just, he's amazing. Fully evolved, of course. But, anyways, so we'll be getting into leveling a bit heavier once I get into breeding. So. But okay, so I think first and foremost, let's make ourselves some of these white lanterns. We actually get 2 of these for some paper and some sticks, and I've got some paper down here. At least I thought I had some paper. Maybe I used it all, unless it's in this chest. Yeah, I guess I used it all. And I'm going to do more with this bridge. We'll probably do a lot of that on camera because it's going to be very decorative. I think it's going to have a top on it. So we'll cover that on camera. I just kind of got the, you know, of course I got the base thing down. Not terribly exciting, but it does make travel a whole lot easier to this area for me. So let's go ahead and get our paper and then our white lanterns. Let's go ahead and just go with, say, 4 for now, I think. And actually, this spot right here, I'm going to hang a white lantern there. And I'm actually... oh, F7 does work. I'm not worried about F7, of course, because no mobs spawn, but I am going to use it as kind of a reference point to see kind of how my lighting would be at night, because that's kind of important for us. So what I'm thinking is we're going to hang a white lantern, maybe right... No, let me actually... I'm going to butt it up against the wall, like right there. I think would be good. And then I might use some of those, like, outdoor lanterns out here. Oh yeah, and we got to do this furnace setup today as well. I do want to get that done. And then I'm not sure if I want to leave those there or maybe move over to the candles instead. We'll see here in a second. But and then I'm going to put... And then I'm actually going to put a white lantern... Oh, that actually doesn't touch because that's a slab. What if I maybe hung white lanterns there? Which would kind of brighten this place up a little bit. I mean, it's nighttime right now, actually, so I can remove that F7. Let me make a couple more of these. I actually quite like these lanterns. They go really well, I think, with this color scheme that we've got going. Okay, so let's come on up, and I guess we're going to have another lantern, say, up here, and then maybe... one more that sets right there, I think. And I could put one on this corner. I don't know if I want one over there or not. Maybe not, because there's enough lighting coming on, coming off of this. I don't know if I want to back this off, though. Maybe have it right there. Because I feel like the lighting through here feels pretty natural. Walking through, I quite like it. And then we kind of have, it's a little bit darker out here. Let me toss out Pidgeot. We're going to do a flyby. Because basically right now I'm just looking at the exterior lighting. And I think I actually like that quite a bit. So, I think I do. Because it kind of lights up. You know, of course we've got dark spots. That's one nice thing about not having mobs. Is we can have our dark spots. And I think the lanterns do fit rather nicely with this. Okay, so next up, I let's test out the candles really, really quick. I want to see if I like those. I want to see if I like those in place of having those torches there. Thing is, with this texture pack, I actually quite like the torches. Maybe not sitting on the ground like that, but of course that's just a temporary placement. So that's going to be a lake before too long. So, but let's see about the candles. That would be those. What do we think? I kind of like the covered lantern for that, so I'm going to stick with that, I think. Okay, so now, do we want to go ahead and do the lighting inside? I'm thinking yes. Honestly, I'm thinking about just doing candlelight, though, maybe on some tables. So, let's actually pull this back up. We've got a table here that we could make. And a stool. Instead of having like a lantern or something like that hanging down, I think just candlelight would be better for the interiors. So, because this isn't really the type of town that would maybe have a whole lot of electricity going. I mean, I'm probably going to have some electrical based stuff, but there's actually going to be a section of the town that's going to be a little bit more, have a little bit more electricity, but we'll get into that later, a while from now probably. But I think what I'm going to do is, let me get this and a bit of that, and let me just do, let me make 3 of these, because I'm not sure how I want to use them just yet. And then let me go ahead and make a stool as well. Okay, so let's pop up there. I might make some more, but if I do, I've got a crafting table. Hey, what level are you? Level 43. Not right now. I've got a bit of money built up from fighting trainers, and I'd be more up to fight him if I had my actual Pokemon, but right now I want to focus on this. That way I can get into breeding, because, you know, I don't want to drop this until it's fairly well done. I mean, the only thing that we may change is maybe adding some decor as we get things unlocked, or, you know, things come up. But then probably this handrail is probably going to change. And as far as this build itself, I mean, some of the exterior stuff is going to get done up, because I still got to add flowers and some things like that out here. But, I mean, for most practical purposes, this building will be done after this episode. So if we put a table here, or no, let's actually shift it, set it there. And let me check something. Do we have, yeah, we don't have any like screens. I don't know if I want to make one. Okay. Though I don't know if I actually want them to connect up. I think I'm going to put a stool there, and then we'll just put our candle setting right there. And I mean, that's going to really light up this room, I think, pretty nicely. And then we'll maybe stick another table. I'm thinking about another table right here when you walk in. So maybe that's like the, you know, a catch-all table. I think most people have one where they walk in, they put their stuff. That's their catch-all table. We may put something on top of that. And then I think, I mean, I could do 2, but I feel like then it's really, really closed off. Yeah, I might actually move this. No, I kind of like it there. It adds something to that corner, I think. And that's still a reasonable amount of space. No, I think we're actually going to move that table over here, but then it feels like a tavern or something. No, I think we're going to keep this table here. That way it's kind of split up. I don't want to just decorate the whole house with tables. I want to make some rugs. There's a lot of different rugs here, and these are the Pixelmon rugs, and they're quite cool. That floor out there is almost a yellowish, so let's go with something like maybe a cyan pokeball rug. So I'm going to need, I need to get dye essence. That's something I'm definitely going to need. But I'm going to get some cactus greens. And realistically, that's going to make 2. That's going to be plenty for right now. Let me grab one of these. One of these. I need to go lapis farming. Alright, so there's that. And then I've got plenty of wool. So So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to start out with one rug because I'm not 100% sure if I'm even going to really like it, because I'm not sure about the color of cyan that it is, the shade. If it matches the icon, it might be a little bit too bright, I think, for this room, because we need something, because we have really bright walls, really bright floor, and the ceiling's a little bit more neutral, I think, because it has the different shades. But if I was to put this in, say, right there, it's actually not too bad, I don't think. Yeah, I quite like that. And actually, I could put it on the front, too. Like that. Ooh. I really like it outside, to be honest. It's kind of like a doormat. Like, oh, welcome. Welcome. Maybe so. And then I might make gray pokeball rug. Oh, I can already tell you I need to get dye essence. Just plain and simple, I need to get that up and going before too long, because I used a lot of black dye up there, and I know we're going to be using a lot of dyes as we move forward with various things. Okay, but let me go ahead and grab a bone. I'm just going to break this down by hand. And we're going to make ourselves some gray dye, because I want to test that out too. And if I don't end up using these rugs right now, that's going to be fine, because I know I'll eventually use them. Which, honestly, I'm not sure. I might even use this one outside. Then have the rug there. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. And I think I'm starting to like this table less and less. Let's move this out of the way. Instead, we're gonna, I don't even know if we're gonna have this other table right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have these two rugs like that. And then I might have, let's see, let's pull up Pixelmon real quick. It has a lot of decor items, so I mean, I could do a TV. I do want a trash can. Let me make one of these real quick. Every house needs a trash can. A lot of our decor on the interior is going to be Pixelmon stuff, so just a heads up. So there's a trash can. Clothed table. Has to be yellow wool. Okay. I might try that out too. Because I think if I had a different table, I just don't want just a bunch of wooden tables sitting around. Because it's going to feel really out of place really, really quick if I do that. And then we'll grab our clothed table. We could put boxes so it looks like we are in the middle of moving. Like every Pokemon game ever. Seems like you're always moving to a new town. Red cushion chairs, red chairs, fridge, end table. End table might not be too bad. Let me whip up one of these, and we'll see what that looks like. Because we're kind of using some of the decor from Chinese workshops, so I don't know how much of this other stuff we're going to have put in here, but we'll see. 4 cherish balls make a poke gift. Do we want a fridge? It's aluminum around ice and a little bit of redstone. Maybe. That might be something that we throw in there. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and pop on over and put this stuff in and get a feel for where the room's at the moment. I might make another rug as well, so we can have another rug in there. But we'll see. So let's pull this up. Pull that up for just a minute. The clothed table. Oops. Okay, it's a big table. So if I had this setting, say, right there, I feel like that table just like devours the whole room. I also think we need a better bed than this one. But there's the end table. And look at that. Haha, that's cool. And then shift right click to close it. That's kind of nifty, I have to say. I love the texture with this texture. Well, actually, I guess it's just base Pixelmon texture, probably. But see, the bed sits so low. Like, I feel like this bed should come up to, like, right here. I mean, I guess I could make a bed with little tiles. That's a possibility. But we'll go ahead and just put a trash can right there for all of our waste. And then I really need, like, some kind of a divider screen that maybe runs across here or something. And then I could do stools. Yeah, I like those stools sitting there. Okay, one second. Let me whip up a couple more stools. I'm actually thinking about just 2 stools in total. Because I don't want to just layer tools everywhere. I mean, stools. Leave me alone. So maybe another one that sits like right there. Let's say. And we can sit down at the table and enjoy our meal. Okay, so yeah, I really think I need some kind of... Oh, you know what though? I mean, I could make one with little tiles, but okay, let's test this out. We're going to see how well it works. I do want something out here too, maybe just a railing, because I feel like that's just like a drop to death, like an accident waiting to happen. We will do some railings and stuff outside. Probably not today, that's going to be a different day's project. So once we develop things a little bit more, but what if I use the window doors? Those, I think, make perfect screens. So I'm going to have to make up a couple more of those really, really quick, which is basically just paper. Let me go see if that sugarcane has grown, because I used up most of my paper already. Making paper lanterns. Okay, so honestly, 1 craft is probably plenty. And then if I get, say, I think 2 more of these doors would be good. But let's actually move this bed. I'm going to move things around here just a little bit. So we'll move the bed over like that. We'll move this over to, say, right there. And then I'm thinking screen there. Well, there's a window right there and it makes it really awkward. No, maybe just that, actually. And then we kind of have the window here for the bedroom section. I actually think that looks a bit better. Still a little bit plain. We need to put down some rugs, some kind of floor coverings, that kind of thing. Now, of course, I can't put anything really on the walls necessarily, unless it sticks out, because these walls actually are not flush, you know, with the block space. But I think we can do some other stuff to kind of work around that. So, and I need some sort of something right there, like a dresser. This house might not have a fridge. I just don't think it really has the space. Plus, I don't know if a fridge really fits it all that much. I'm actually kind of wondering, do I want a post that goes up here and connects in? I'm not sure whereabouts. Yeah, that actually plugs in nicely. So yeah, maybe we'll have a post there. And I could do a post here. Also, I love the asymmetry though, to be honest. I do quite like that. I think it just adds a lot. I think making things too symmetrical is a bad idea. I do quite like that. That's why this is actually kind of lopsided, is because I like this asymmetry on this building. There's also these, which I plan to put some of these outside. So let me grab these. And I wonder, yeah, they don't actually sit up flush with the wall. That's fine. I didn't figure they would, but we have a lot of these corner pieces, and I was actually thinking about one right there, which I do quite like that. Let's see. I was actually wondering about right... Oh, yeah. I was really wanting one. I would love to have one right here. We might have to do something... Well, that's part of Chinese Workshop that's taking up that full block space. So I might do like a little tile sign or something that hangs down right here. or right there. Not for this, but I'm wondering about maybe having a little sign that hangs down, and I could still move up underneath it, and it wouldn't hang down that far. But have some of these little tiles actually come down with like a sign. I think would be good. So we might do that here in just a second, make a little sign. And let's also take a look at the clocks. I'm thinking maybe a red one for the wall there. Kind of give it some variety in color, because we've kind of got the gray rugs, and we've got, of course, the very neutral colors for the walls and the floors. We've got kind of a yellow table. So we'll round it out with a little bit of red inside of there. I'm going to have to go up there and get iron, because I've got all my irons in the chest up here. So, okay, so there's our red clock. I got to cook up some more meat. I mean, I've got a lot of cooked meat because some of the animals drop cooked meat, but I need to cook up more. So that's the clock. And I think it actually displays accurate time too. I might put it one higher. Have it right up there. Yeah, I think so. Let's pull Pixelmon back up. I want to kind of see what they've got for decor items. And I could put boxes in here, but I feel like it'd be out of place. We will use some boxes for some stuff later, but not for the inside of the poker workshop. No thanks. Vending machines. It was actually funny because when I was in Japan, there was actually a vending machine in right by somebody's driveway, like in their yard. Vending machines are very popular there. We were actually like out in like the rural part of Japan for a little while, and yeah, there was just a vending machine there in somebody's yard. It was amazing. See, I think I just need some rugs in here. Okay, you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to put let's set the bed up here. And instead of having this nightstand that's really, really tall right up next to the bed like that, I'm going to have a table setting there. And we are going to get ourselves a pot, flower pot. And let me pop over and get that made. And I think we're just going to put like a nice plant, maybe two, in this area. So I'll probably make up a few flower pots. Plus I know we're going to need some here in just a minute. Or need one in particular this episode. So I'll just go ahead and use what clay I've got left. And of course we're going to need some kind of flowers to put in these. So I'm going to pop over and let me get... my inventory's filling up with random stuff. What do you know? Actually, I really like these oak saplings, and I really like these birch saplings. These saplings look so good in this texture pack. I love it. Okay, so we're going to get 2 flower pots for now. We'll get some more here shortly. And back into here. I still need more rugs. This floor is kind of bland. Well, can I really not put... Okay, I guess that does not get a flower pot. I'm going to put one here. And we're going to put an oak sapling in there. That alone livens up this room a bit. And then we're going to drop a rug in front of that. And then I wish I could put a rug underneath this. Or like underneath this, you know. Stuff like that. But no such luck. So I think I'm going to do it like that. So we kind of got like this little dining room area / living room. And then the bedroom back in here. I'm actually thinking about something really, really quick. Let me pop over. I'm going to change up one thing. Because we're actually going to have a chimney that runs down that middle part. And let me do something. So I'm actually going to whip up a chest real quick and just dump kind of some of our working stuff in here for right now. Because I've got all this stuff piling up on me. Let me get our white gray walls from here. And let me make a painting. This one right here, there are Pokemon paintings, and we're going to get into those later, but not yet, because I haven't made a camera yet, so I'm not going to bother with it right this second. But I just want to make a regular painting, and I'm actually not sure what the paintings are going to look like in this texture pack, and I'm betting there's actually some kind of nice ones, if I had to guess. So let's go ahead and head on back up, and what we're going to do actually is let's remove these, because this is going to be where basically right above where the chimney's at, and let's just do that. Very, very simple. It actually adds some shape to the room, which is kind of nice instead of having that big, long, flat section. And then we can actually use this to hang, like, well, not that painting. Not that painting either. Yeah. Okay, so the paintings are actually not different. Which it could be my version. I need to play around with the versions because the texture pack I'm using, I actually have like a really outdated version, but I actually don't like the most recent update because the chests look really rough, and they also changed all the food, so like steak looks like a steak, and I think it's a little bit more fitting when it looks like a hamburger, and you know, we got pizza and things like that, than having it look like what it's actually supposed to be. So there might be custom painting textures in the most recent version. I'm not for sure. If there isn't, we can always change this to say like a Pokemon painting or something. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with some of the updates to the texture pack. So this might look different come probably not next episode, because as soon as this episode's done, I'm kind of ready to shoot on into the next episode actually. So I can get into a bit of leveling, but I might drop that there, and then we might change it to Pokemon painting if changing up the texture pack in one of the coming episodes does not change that. Because basically I don't want the most recent update, but I want to play around and see if there's like a prime update that maybe has better paintings, but not the changes in food and chests and stuff like that. So, oh, you know what I should do though? One last thing. I mean, I've got those rugs down with the little Pokeball symbols, but maybe just having like a carpet rug that runs through the dining room a little bit might be a good idea. So I kind of wish I could put a rug under that table. I mean, I guess I could just do wool blocks even, because I just feel like the floor needs some life instead of all just being like wood. And it would really be nice if I could put, like I said, if I could put carpet underneath this. But since I can't, what if I did... Let's actually break this up so it doesn't go right up against the wall, so it looks more like a rug that way, I think. And then our super ginormous table. And then maybe just do this. I mean, I wish I could put carpet up underneath it, but that looks a bit better. And then I could even bring it out so it's more like a central floor rug, like that. Oh yeah, that's a bit better. I like it. Even though it's not actual carpet, it sits, you know, a pixel above the floor, I do think it looks a whole lot better than just having just wood. But it kind of makes this room look somewhat washed out without some kind of burst of color, because it's so... Between the floor, the ceiling, the walls, even the borders here, it's very neutral. But then when we add those splashes of color, I think it really makes it pop in here and kind of feel a little bit lively, which is good. And you know, I never set up another candle because I took it off that table. I need to go grab that. I don't know if it's a good idea to have the candle sitting next to the little bonsai pot, but that might be where it ends up going. We'll see. So back up here, yeah, I can't put it there. That's too bad. I could put it here. I mean, this room's actually pretty bright. I think it gets a little bit darker at night, but that's not really a bad thing necessarily. So maybe just have it like this, because it doesn't really get much darker. I mean, you can see there's some dark spots right in here. The little entry hallway, I think, is the main place that gets a little bit dimmer. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I definitely don't want that sitting right there. Just burn the house down. But yeah, I think this will be good. I still hate that you cannot put stuff on the tables.